So it's been almost half a year since EDP has been scrubbed from the internet after he was caught in 4K from multiple angles trying to get a
Uh-oh, dude. Is this an actual EDP update that I'm not aware of? Whoa,
cupcake. I think we can all agree that that whole situation was one of the biggest stories on the platform this year, as it had the audience on the edge of their seat wondering what would happen next. Many insisted EDP would be arrested for these attempts, but that hasn't happened yet. Just to run you down the timeline real quick, about 3 days after that,
well, dude, I remember the last thing we covered was he was seen with a truck driver. Presumably that truck driver was working for another company, and they were just like bringing EDP somewhere with them for whatever reason. Because I remember EDP specifically saying like, oh, don't show your vehicle or whatever. People will know whatever you're working for. Which is just like ridiculous.
That video went viral. Both of his YouTube channels got terminated, as well as his Instagram page that he was using to interact with various minors. After this, EDP tried to make the jump to Facebook, dropping a video where he insisted he would come back stronger than ever and promising to avenge himself from everyone who dragged his name through the dirt, while also announcing that he would be releasing an exclusive platform on his very own website that was supposed to be like EDP445.com or something like that. Well, spoiler alert,
yeah, never
that Facebook page was terminated only a week later, and his website never went live. And after a few delays, EDP seemed to throw the towel in on that dream altogether.
Dude, the worst part is he did all this horrible shit. Like he talked to the whatever, the plant or whatever you want to call it, I don't care. He talked to that person, the plant, right? Decoy. Got it. And then he's like, oh, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. The dude, like, if he checked himself into therapy for being a pedophile, that would have been the only way to potentially redeem him. And I don't even think it would really redeem him, but at the very least, it would have been like, okay, like you took the only real step that you could take forward. But he didn't even do that. It was like maybe a couple weeks later, all of a sudden he's throwing off like N-words and F-slurs and saying everybody's a fucking loser and they're all wrong and that he didn't do anything wrong. So he obviously doesn't actually care that what he did was wrong.
I mean, let's be honest, even if he did launch the website, it would have gotten doxxed to no end, and no one would have been able to access it anyways. True. After the website was a total fail, he attempted to once again return to YouTube under the name The Notorious EDP, dropping yet another rant against his haters and saying that he couldn't believe the amount of people that he considered friends turned their back on him during his time of need. Look, I don't care if it's your best friend. If you're on some weirdo shit, they have every right to want to disassociate from you immediately. But still, he continued on with the gaslighting and self-victimization, despite the fact that he was the one who put himself in the situation.
Stop you debating that Chet Alex douche is how I found you. So hilarious. Thank you.
Over and over again. Also, naming himself the Notorious EDP is extremely disrespectful to the hip-hop legend Biggie, aka the Notorious B.I.G. Don't ever compare yourself to him again. Biggie was dropping
because I didn't actually think about that. That is pretty fucked up.
16-bar anthems while you should just be behind 16 bars. Either way, both YouTube and Instagram were once again not a fan of him trying to be on their platforms, so he was once again removed. After this, no one really heard from EDP for a few months. Some rumors suggested he moved to Texas, some said Vegas, other people claimed they spotted him working at a local McDonald's in their city, some suggested he tried to become a truck driver but failed, and
you know, the truck, I don't know if he tried to become a truck driver or if like a fan of his drove him across country. What was so weird is that if you look in that live chat, because I reacted to the live chat, everybody's like, EDP, when you come back, we miss you, blah, blah. It's like, dude, are you fucking, how do you miss this guy? Like, what is wrong with you? How much has your parent, like, how much have your parents had to have failed to think this is okay? You know what's funny though? It's probably kids. Like, it's like 13-year-old kids that are like, oh, I don't see a problem with you trying to fuck a 13-year-old because they're 13-year-olds, you know?
Others were even saying that the man was on the run from the police. All in all, it's safe to say during that time we did not know what was really going on. That wasn't until a few months ago when he popped up on some obscure video sharing platform where apparently they pay their creators in cryptocurrency, which I won't lie is actually a pretty interesting concept, but at the same time, who gives a fuck if the website is basically unusable and in a very primal state with absolutely no user base? I mean, I get more views on my channel every single day than this whole website was getting on their entire platform in a whole month. So I guess,
damn, bro, this guy's fucking trying. He's flexing hard as shit, dude. Jesus.
EDP figured
leave a little bit of pussy for the rest of us, am I right, guys?
he would be safe over there because it was such an obscure place to put himself. So he posted a couple of times saying that he was once again ready to make his massive return to the internet and take over as some sort of content king, while of course also telling his quote-unquote haters, which are really just normal-brained individuals, to suck his chode. The guy even made this troll video of himself eating a cupcake in front of the camera just so everyone at home could
Not the guy making the video. This EDP's a fucking idiot.
Could know how seriously he takes what he had done. And the hilarious part is even this website did not want to put up with his bullshit, so they also terminated his page. And to top it all off, I'm talking like the cherry on top of the sundae, it has now been rumored by a source very close to EDP that he has now been evicted from his apartment as of today.
EDP has until the 1st of October to get his shit and to get the fuck out of apartments.
The master at work, so I know half of the breaking news, but I have to verify first. Bro wants $50 for the other half. Okay. He got evicted, then they want him gonna immediately call. See, that's one of the things where if they want money for it, it sounds like it might not be credible. But the masters at work guy has been like super like pivotal in this whole thing. He's been a very big like leading person. At least in the aftermath, you know, he's been he's the one that's like telling fucking EDP's family that he did. He made EDP so upset. It was crazy.
He's been evicted.
I just really don't know when the switch will actually flip in this man's head and he will realize that his life as he knew it is well over. The tough guy facade is finished and no one wants to hear from the dude who should just crawl in a hole to the end of
I think that's why he's eating the cupcakes to die of diabetic, like, you know, complications.
His days. And even if they did, no platform will even allow him on. Not even the smallest, most obscure.
That doesn't even look like him. What the fuck? That's not even him, is it? Is that the same person?
His days. And even if they did, no platform will even allow him on. Not even the
That's not even him, I feel. That's not him. That's like an impersonator, right? I'm not wrong about that, I feel.
Smallest, most obscure places could hide the elephant in the room. In my opinion, he would be hard-pressed to even get a regular job like fast food or retail, because it wouldn't last without someone recognizing him and telling what he has done. That's exactly what happened at these apartments. Someone finally recognized him, the internet found out where he lived, and so many people complained that they more or less forced him to leave. So this will probably be the last EDP update, at least for a long time. I just saw that he once again got deplatformed and now evicted, so I thought I would update you guys since we followed this story so closely when it all went down earlier this year. This guy will probably never go to jail, but he made his own life a personal hell on earth with really no one to blame but himself, so I'm glad about that. The man will probably soon go broke. Let me know what you guys think about the situation down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today and subscribing, and as you guys know, there's some other internet stories out here that need to get covered, so it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and I'm out.
Okay, well that was interesting. Fuck you, EDP. That's all I have to say.